Most people think a glass of orange juice is the healthiest way to start the day. It looks natural. It tastes fresh. It even says 100% juice right on the label. But here's the shocking truth. After age 50, that same glass of juice can quietly push you toward weight gain, joint pain, and even faster aging. Not because it's processed, not because of artificial ingredients, but because of what happens inside your body when you drink it. Fruit juice may look innocent, but it's basically sugar in disguise. One small glass can have as much sugar as a can of soda, and your body doesn't know the difference. And once you're over 50, your metabolism, your insulin response, and your muscle mass all shift dramatically. That means the same juice you drank with no problem at 30 can become toxic fuel for belly fat, blood sugar spikes, and inflammation at 60. Here's the part that almost no one talks about. Even the vitamins in juice, the vitamin C, the antioxidants, don't make up for the damage the sugar is doing to your cells. It's like pouring water on a fire while dumping gasoline at the same time. This isn't fear-mongering. It's biology. And if you've been told fruit juice is healthy, especially after 50, you've been sold a dangerous half-truth. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why juice turns against you as you age, and the simple swaps that can protect your heart, your waistline, and even your brain for decades to come. When you're under 30, your body has a powerful buffer against sugar. Your muscles are fuller, your insulin sensitivity is sharp, and your cells are primed to burn through glucose. That means you can drink a glass of juice, and for the most part, your body knows what to do with it. But after 50, that buffer starts to collapse. Muscle mass naturally declines even if you stay active. Your metabolism slows, your insulin response weakens, and your cells don't pull sugar out of your blood as efficiently. Now here's the dangerous part. Fruit juice doesn't come with the fiber that whole fruit does. When you eat an orange, the fiber slows down how fast the sugar enters your bloodstream. But when you drink the juice, it's like opening the floodgates. Sugar rushes into your system in one massive hit. That sugar spike sets off a chain reaction. First, your blood sugar climbs rapidly. Your pancreas scrambles to release insulin, the hormone that clears sugar from the blood. But if your body has already lost some of its insulin sensitivity, the sugar doesn't get handled smoothly. Instead, it lingers, gets stored as fat, and leaves you on a roller coaster of energy crashes. Worse, that sugar surge feeds a silent process called glycation. Think of it like caramelization happening inside your body. Excess sugar binds to proteins in your tissues, including collagen in your skin and cartilage in your joints, making them stiff, brittle, and inflamed. Over time, this accelerates wrinkles, stiff knees, and even cognitive decline. And here's the kicker. Juice doesn't just affect your waistline. Studies have linked high fruit juice intake in older adults to a higher risk of type 2 diabetes, fatty liver disease, and heart strain. It's not the vitamins doing the damage, it's the sheer overload of fast-acting sugar hitting a system that no longer processes it like it used to. So while the label might say all natural or no added sugar, your body doesn't see that. To your cells, it's all the same, a sweet flood it's no longer equipped to handle. And that's why what used to feel harmless, a glass of juice with breakfast, can quietly sabotage your health after 50. We've exposed the truth about juice spikes and why your body changes after 50. But to really understand how dangerous fruit juice can be at this stage of life, we need to look deeper, because the effects don't just stop at your waistline. They ripple through every system in your body. One of the most obvious hidden dangers is belly fat. After 50, hormonal changes make it harder to maintain lean muscle and easier to store fat, especially around the midsection. Now combine that with the liquid sugar hit from juice, and you've created the perfect storm. The sugar is stored as fat, not burned as energy. What's worse, liquid calories don't trigger satiety hormones the way solid food does. You can drink 200 calories of juice and still feel hungry. Compare that to eating 2 whole oranges, the fiber and chewing signal your body that you've had enough. Juice bypasses that system, which means you keep eating on top of the calories you just drank. And that's just the first problem. The second danger is inflammation. Sugar doesn't just make you gain weight, it irritates your tissues. When blood sugar spikes, it creates oxidative stress. This triggers your immune system to react as if you've been injured. And chronic inflammation is the root of arthritis pain, stiff joints, and even clogged arteries. Think about that for a second. Every time you sip juice, your body may be setting off tiny inflammatory fires. Over decades, those fires turn into the chronic diseases that plague so many people in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. The third danger is one most people never connect: your brain. Researchers are now calling Alzheimer's type 3 diabetes because of how closely it links to blood sugar dysregulation. And remember, juice is one of the fastest ways to push blood sugar sky high. High sugar intake damages tiny blood vessels, including those that feed your brain. That means less circulation, more memory lapses, and a higher risk of cognitive decline. And here's the really scary part. These changes don't take decades. Some brain imaging studies show differences in memory and brain volume in just a few years of high sugar intake. The fourth danger is to your heart. Your heart doesn't just rely on muscles, it relies on flexible arteries. But when sugar molecules stick to proteins in your blood vessels through glycation, those arteries stiffen. This raises blood pressure, strains the heart, and creates cracks where cholesterol can build up. Many people think salt is the #1 enemy for their heart. But for people over 50, high sugar intake, especially liquid sugar like juice, may be an even bigger culprit. Now let's stop for a moment and compare juice to whole fruit. An apple has fiber, water, and nutrients locked into its structure. That slows digestion, balances blood sugar, and makes you feel full. Apple juice, on the other hand, has stripped away the fiber and left behind concentrated sugar. It's not unusual for a glass of apple juice to contain the sugar of 3 or 4 apples, without the chewing, without the fiber, without the fullness. Your brain and your pancreas both get tricked. And after 50, those tricks are far more dangerous than they used to be. Finally, let's talk about the antioxidant illusion. Many juice brands plaster words like vitamin C boost or packed with antioxidants across their packaging. And yes, juice contains these nutrients, but here's the truth. Antioxidants can't undo the damage caused by sugar spikes. It's like patching holes in a sinking boat while pouring in more water. Worse, the high sugar may actually cancel out some of the protective effects of those vitamins by fueling inflammation and oxidative stress. So while you think you're doing something good for your body, you may actually be accelerating the very problems you're trying to prevent. So what do you do with this information? Does it mean you can never touch fruit juice again after 50? Not necessarily, but it does mean you have to be smart about it, because the truth is, juice is one of those health foods that isn't really healthy once your body changes with age. If you love orange juice in the morning, switch to eating an actual orange. You'll get the vitamin C, the natural sweetness, and most importantly, the fiber. That fiber slows down sugar absorption, keeping your blood sugar steady and your energy stable. Often people reach for juice because it feels refreshing, but what your body really needs is hydration. Try sparkling water with a squeeze of lemon or lime. You get the flavor and the ritual without the sugar crash. And if you do drink juice, treat it like dessert. That means small amounts with food and not on an empty stomach. Drinking juice with protein or healthy fats helps blunt the sugar spike. A splash of juice in sparkling water can satisfy the craving without flooding your system. Remember how I said your body loses its sugar buffer after 50? The good news is you can rebuild it. Strength training helps preserve muscle mass, which acts like a sponge for glucose. More muscle means more room to store and burn sugar instead of letting it linger in your blood. Now, here's the final truth, and it's the one nobody tells you. Aging doesn't make you powerless. It just means your body plays by new rules. Fruit juice, once a harmless drink, becomes a hidden saboteur. But when you learn the rules, you can flip the script. Imagine waking up with steady energy instead of a crash. Imagine your joints feeling looser, your brain sharper, your waistline slimmer, all because you stopped flooding your body with liquid sugar. That's not wishful thinking. That's what happens when you respect what your body needs after 50. So the next time you see that carton of 100% natural juice, remember, natural doesn't always mean safe. And after 50, safe means making choices that protect your energy, your heart, your brain, and your future. You don't need to fear fruit. You don't need to live in restriction. You just need to choose smarter. Because every sip is either fueling your health or draining it away. And now you know the truth.